Good morning or good evening. This is my video to gently remind you and show you how to make your spine happy and healthy. So we'll be seated the entire time. So if you have a blanket, go ahead and prop that under you. Just make sure your sits bones or the bony parts that you sit on come to the edge of the blanket. We want to allow the pelvis to tip forward so that our knees and our hip flexors can fall to the floor and not have to work the entire time. Also, blocks or books you can put under your knees to allow those muscles to shut off and you to really relax into the pose. So as we move through class, of course, just remember that don't suffer through anything. Modify if you need. Lose the idea of being perfect and truly just get into your body and find what feels good for you in that moment. So getting started, we'll settle in, moving any flesh from the sits bones, grounding down into the mat or the blanket. Go ahead and close your eyes. Settle into this moment, letting go of what you need to do or what's happened already today, and just become really present in your physical body. Noticing how you feel in this moment. If there's any pain or tightness grabbing your attention, try not to judge it, but just notice it. Feel your vertebrae stacking over your pelvis, reaching up through the crown of your head, leaning back slightly to feel the engagement of our lower belly and our back. Shoulders fall away from the ears. And just start to notice your breath. Notice the quality of your breath today. Notice where your breath is moving your body. Starting to breathe in through our nose and out through our nose. Shifting our breath down into our belly to engage our diaphragmatic breathing. Think of the breath starting at your pelvic floor. As you inhale, feel your belly rise. And as you exhale, your belly softly pulls in towards your spine. Inhale as you relax and expand. Again, think of the balloon As you inhale, the balloon blows up and expands your lower ribs. Exhale as the balloon comes back to normal state. Think of the breath as 360. So it's not just forward, but also breathing into your side body and your back body. So really filling the balloon up in all directions. Start to lengthen out your inhales and your exhales. Staying relaxed in the shoulders and the neck. If it helps, you can even count. Keeping even counts with your inhales and your exhales. Inhales expanding up under the ribs. Exhale as the belly slightly draws in. Staying tall through the spine, lifting through the crown of the head. Using this diaphragmatic breathing to lead us through the next part of class. Using this breath to anchor our movement, so focusing more on breathing to move versus breathing and moving. On your next inhale, start to tip your pelvis forward, so coming to the front of your blanket. Hands can be on knees or wherever comfortable. We'll tip the pelvis forward as we start to arch through the low back, the upper back. Elbows draw together. Chin stays level, but chest reaches towards chin. Then on your exhale, starting from the pelvis, round through the low back, the upper back, then chin comes towards chest. Inhale, tipping the pelvis forward, arching through the low back. Elbows drawing back as we open through the chest. Exhale, rounding through. So flowing gently between cat and cow in the seated position. So your inhale, you'll arch through the low back for cow. And your exhale, you'll round through for cat. Take 3 more at your own pace. Again, breathing to move. See if you can match the length of the breath with your movement. Either increasing the inhale and the exhale or moving slightly faster so that the peak of the pose is at the top or the bottom of the breath. On your next inhale, come to neutral tall spine. Again, dropping the shoulders away, grounding through the sits bones, lower belly engaged as we reach through the crown of the head. Inhale the arms and the hands up to the shoulders. Fingertips are tented on our shoulders. Let's just take a few shoulder rolls. Noticing any crunching or lack of range of motion. Getting big through the elbows and the wrists. Then rotate directions. Drawing shoulders to and from ears. Really feeling movement in the scapula or your shoulder blade moving along your rib cage. One more inhale as we open, shrugging our shoulders. Exhale, draw the shoulders away from ears. Plant your right hand. And we're going to inhale the left arm. Feel free to keep fingers on the shoulder or up and over as we move to the side. Stay grounded through your left sits bone. Breathing through the left side body, You can keep walking the right fingertips out, bending through the elbow to draw your right shoulder away from your ear. Then we'll inhale through center, plant the left arm onto the mat, left hand. Right fingertips come to shoulder or reach up and over. Grounding through the right sits bone. Looking down at the mat or forward with a long neck, whatever feels good. Then inhale through center, exhale, plant the right hand, left hand reaches up and over. This time finding a little bit of dynamic movement. So as we inhale, we're going to spiral open towards the ceiling. Exhale as we round down towards the mat. Inhaling, coming up, opening forward. Exhale as we round down. Still grounding through that left sits bone. Flowing with your breath. One more inhale as we spiral open. One more exhale, rounding down towards the mat. Then inhale through center, exhale, left hand plants. Right arm wherever feels good in your shoulder. And we'll inhale, open. Exhale, rounding through. You'll find that with each breath, maybe you find a little more space. Really breathe into the side body, in between each little rib. One more inhale, opening towards the ceiling. One more exhale, rounding towards the mat. Then we'll come through center. Maybe a few more shoulder rolls. Then finding our twist, we'll inhale as we reach up through the spine. Then exhale, left hand comes to right knee, right hand comes behind you wherever comfortable, tenting onto the fingertips. Thinking of the spinal staircase as we inhale to go up, exhale to go around, twisting from the belly button. Keep relaxing through the left knee. Gaze maybe even possibly coming over your right shoulder. Inhaling to come up, exhaling to twist. Trying not to force it, but feeling articulation in each vertebrae. Then we'll inhale to center, exhale, right fingertips come to left knee, left hand tense onto the fingertips behind you. Inhaling, lifting up, exhaling to twist from the belly button. With each breath, inhaling, finding length in the spine. Each exhale, finding a little more twist. Never forcing, just allowing, using your breath to create more space. Inhale through center. And maybe a few more shoulder rolls or drawing left ear to left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. Inhaling back to center. And knowing that you can adapt these spinal movements to whatever feels good. Think of your inhales as expansion and your exhales as surrender and release. So really using your breath to soften any areas through these movements. Hopefully at one point you won't need the video. You'll trust your body because it does know what it wants and needs. Listening to our innate ability to take care and heal ourselves. And just remember that we breathe to move versus breathing and moving. I hope this helps you. I'm here, of course.